You know, this week, a person with a concealed carry permit shot and wounded a man, causing a disturbance outside of a store on the city's near west side. And despite the fact that the wounded man was unarmed, the concealed carry holder was not charged with a crime.
Now, that incident has reignited the debate about what is and what isn't appropriate use of force for those with concealed carry permits. Here to help us navigate through this complicated issue is attorney Joel Brodsky. Joel, thank you. Good morning.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you coming in. All right, so let's talk about that. You know, ostensibly, it looks like this guy who had the permit had no right to shoot an unarmed, naked guy outside of a store.
He didn't, and I would say that he hasn't been charged yet. They're still time to charge him. And clearly, you know, there has to be, in order to use a weapon in self-defense, a firearm, there has to be a threat of imminent death or serious bodily harm. Obviously, an unarmed naked man is not going to be able to kill somebody or cause them serious bodily harm. There was no need to use a weapon, not even to draw it. And that's the key words. There has to be you'd have to be in danger of a death or serious bodily harm before you can use a firearm in self-defense. And if you don't, if you're mistaken, you could go to prison for up to 20 years. So it's no joke.
I know we just talked about the one case here, but even this week when we've had, you know, carjackers had the tables turned on them, people breaking into somebody's house had the tables turned on them. And these people, you know, clearly they have, they're legally carrying, they have a concealed weapons permit, or, you know, what do you want people to think about before they pull that gun out? I mean, well, it seems to me if you're going to pull the gun out, you better use it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, the gun is not there to intimidate. It's not there to show, hey, get away from me. I don't want you to be near me. The gun is only to be used or even pulled out if you're going to use it, if there's a threat of serious bodily harm or death. And if there is that threat, then you use it. It's called deadly force. So this is not a joke. When you shoot somebody, you're using deadly force. You're authorized to take a life. So it must be the most serious, dire circumstance that you have that can exist.
Back in October, our sister station in Minneapolis reported on a couple. They were walking in downtown Minneapolis, approached by three men. A scuffle breaks out. Eyewitnesses watch all this unfold. As a result, the guy with the permit drew his weapon and shot somebody in the leg, one of these guys. Now, they arrested him on felony assault charges. Let's say the investigation proves he acted in self-defense, he feared for his life. Talk about the civil angle to this.
Yeah, just because you're not criminally responsible, there's different standards of proof and different weights for civil liability. So just because you're clear criminally doesn't mean you're clear civilly. As lawsuits against officers show all the time. So you should there's insurance that can be obtained.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, some organizations like U.S. Concealed Carry Association and NRA have insurance plans that if you use your weapon in self-defense, if you're sued, they cover you. They provide, if you're charged criminally, they pay for your lawyer. And if you have a concealed carry permit, you should most likely have this insurance because even if you're in the right, you could still get sued.
Why do you think we're seeing more of these cases now where people are turning the tables on the bad guys?
Well, it's been about 3 years now since we've had concealed carry. I think people are becoming more comfortable. They're going to the range. They're training more. They're more familiar with, you know, it's always the training.
Handling the weapon.
With handling and using it and carrying it. So I think, you know, now all of a sudden I took a look. It seems it's mostly carjackings and attempted robberies where the guns are being used. People are more aware that they've thought it through and they've trained, and they're more aware that they can use their weapon in that situations, and now the tables are being turned, and it's good to see. I mean, that's the whole purpose of having concealed carry, so you can defend yourself.
Well, in Texas and in other parts of the country, they are upping the ante big time. Following the shooting in Sutherland, the Attorney General came out and said, I want to see more people with concealed carry permits. Do you think that's where we're going?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's clear that the quote-unquote bad guys are well-armed, without question. So people are coming to realization, in my mind anyway, that that means that good people, you know, people who are law-abiding, have just as much a right to be armed as the bad, quote-unquote bad guys. And you know, there's no reason that you should have to walk around afraid. You shouldn't have to go be afraid to go in any neighborhood or go to any store or go to any location. And people are just coming to that realization. So I think we're seeing more and more of that because they realize that it's equal now.
Sure.
Where you can have a concealed carry and you can be equal.
Leveling the playground out there, or leveling the area. Thank you so much, Joel, for coming in today,
My
breaking
pleasure.
it down.
Appreciate it. Thank you.